Yo, I just tried to record the intro to this video, and my microphone's on a like mobile tripod, so I can move it wherever I need it to. And when I started to record, I didn't notice it, but the tripod was way over here. So when I talk normal, I'm talking into the camera, you couldn't hear anything. Pokemon Legends Z-A is just around the corner, and I'm super excited about it. I haven't played a new Pokemon game since Pokemon Diamond in 2006. A lot has changed for Pokemon in 20 years, and Legends Z-A has potential to be the best game in the franchise. Since 2010, each new generation has had a signature gimmick. In Generation 5, it was the held gem items that give a 50% damage boost. Generation 6 was the fan favorite Mega Evolution, while Generation 7 had the held Z Crystals. Generation 8 introduced my least favorite mechanic, Dynamax, and Generation 9 had the interesting terrestrialization. I mean, and let's be real, Mega Evolution is the best mechanic. Everyone loves it, no one hates it, and it's making a return in ZA, and I'm super excited for it. There have been some leaked Pokemon already that are receiving new Mega Evolutions, and I want to go over them here. Dragonite is the first new Mega introduced, and it's kind of strange he wasn't a Mega already. I think Game Freak was afraid to make the Dragonite the new item, so every Mega Pokemon has their name plus Ite at the end. So for example, Gengar is a Mega Stone. Dragonite, I don't know if it's going to be called that, but it'd be funny if it was. And we have other like pseudo legendaries that are Mega, like Tyranitar here. And it's just kind of strange that Dragonite wasn't included. You've got Metagross, Tyranitar, Salamence, and Garchomp. It's weird that Hydreigon and Dragonite didn't have one. I hope Hydreigon gets one, but we at least have the Goofy Boy Dragonite here. The wings on his head are just peak. It'd be nice if he was a little fairy type, but I think he's gonna stay dragon flying. Really peak design, and I love the Goofy Boy. 10 out of 10. Next Mega introduced was this Goofy Boy Victory Bell. If you haven't seen this trailer yet, you should watch it. The way he just hops around, like, I love when a Mega Evolution is less serious. Like the Dragonite one was funny. This one is just comedy. He looks like a large whoopee cushion. I like what Megas like Mega Ampharos, where he looks like Fabio with the flowing hair. And I love this silly design where it's just a giant whoopee cushion just holding in all that toxic gas. He looks disgusting. He looks like he stinks. I also love when Game Freak gives a less desirable Pokemon a Mega Stone. So for example, Beedrill. No one uses Beedrill. He's rather weak. No one even looked at Victory Bell twice. It's a grass poison. There's like 30 of those. Now people might play this guy. They might use Victory Bell. And why wouldn't you? Who wouldn't love this big yellow whoopee cushion of a mon? Mega Victory Bell, just like Dragonite, 10 out of 10 design. I love it. Next up is one of my least favorite Pokemon. I'm not a big fan of Hawlucha. He's just a dude in a mask with wings, and it's okay. I do like that they gave him a Mega because he's rather underwhelming, and I like when they give like less than desirable Pokemon a Mega. But this one just doesn't hit home for me. It's a Luchador, and they go with Mega Luchador, I guess. They give him a bigger mask, they give it bigger wings, but it's not hitting home for me. It's not for me personally. I could see that someone would like this, but it's whatever to me. It's a solid 6 out of 10. I don't hate it, but I'm not a fan of like regular Hawlucha myself. Fighting flying type is rather good, and he's not weak or anything. He's a decent Pokemon, so him getting a Mega, he might be a decent competitive threat. I hope not, because from a design point, it's just not for me. It's just a little dude in a mask. He can fly. Next on the list is Mega Malamar. I'm interested to see if we're gonna have to turn our Switch upside down to evolve him from Inkay, because that's what you used to have to do on the 3DS. This Mega Evolution I do like, however. I like the RGB strips he's got on his arms. He looks menacing, and he looks like a villain. Dark Psychic isn't a great typing. I think he'll keep the same typing. It'd be nice if he got a different typing, but I don't know what it is. You basically have 0 resistances, and that's a big deal with Pokemon. Take a Pokemon like Heatran with I think he has 12 resistances and immunity. This guy having what, 1 and an immunity to Psychic, and that's basically it. It's not great. But I think Malamar could be a competitive threat if they do him right. He looks trimmed down, so I hope he'll get some speed and keep that contrary ability. I think contrary Malamar is a decent competitive threat if done correctly. We'll see. I love the hypnotizing this thing he's doing, trying to be Doctor Strange, I guess. Yeah, I like Malamar. Solid 8 out of 10 design for me. Next up are the Generation 6 starters. And I'm going to tell you straight up, Chestnut is my least favorite so far. When he mega evolves, he turns into this big knight thing with, I don't know what kind of weapon that is, but he just looks like a lollipop, man. He's out there with the slow and stop sign. He's just flipping it around. He does not look intimidating at all to me. I'm going to talk about them individually, but this trailer here where it shows all 3 starters like looking at their trainers like, yo, let's do this. The Chestnut one, very underwhelming. His little staff that he holds, his little cape, I don't like it. The Greninja and Delphox ones are really good, but this Chestnut one, it's like a 3 out of 10 at most. He just looks really goofy to me. Next up is Mega Delphox, and I'm really excited about this one. Psychic and Fire is a really good type, and this is an example of Game Freak doing something simple. She's just a witch on a broom. The broom's on fire. It works very well. It's very simple. It gets to the point. Solid 10 out of 10. Looks very menacing. Next up is Greninja, and the upside down shuriken thing is really cool. I hate to be Gen Z like this, but he's just aura farming, just standing on his tongue like that. I know he's flying with his shuriken, but he just looks really cool. He looks like he'd mess you up. Solid 10 out of 10. All the little nerds in the middle school are, oh, Mega Greninja, and they're not wrong. He's really cool, but 10 out of 10 design for me personally. Water Dark is rather solid offensive type as well. I like it. Next on the list is Mega Raichu. It actually has 2 forms, X and Y. I'm a big fan of X. I think Mega X is going to be my new favorite Mega, and Y I feel is kind of boring. When I think of Raichu, I think of Lieutenant Surge and his big bully of a Raichu in the anime. Solid 10 out of 10. Looks super menacing. Will mess you up. Mega Y, it also has that intimidating, but it feels kind of cute. It feels too cute for Raichu. Raichu's supposed to be the bigger brother of Pikachu, just ready to mess you up. Big fan of X. I don't know if it's going to continue being mono-electric. Maybe a fighting type. I don't know. But I think X, design-wise, is peak. With the new Pokemon game, Legends Z-A, there's new Mega Pokemon. And there's some that have yet to be revealed. And here's some Pokemon from each generation I'd like to see revealed. My pick for Generation 1 is Kabutops, the Water Rock Fossil Pokemon from Generation 1. I believe he's a decent Pokemon. Not everyone is a fan of. But I need to see him get the Ampharos treatment, a once okay Pokemon given a Mega, and I think he would look really good. Give him the Scizor treatment, make his arms just total weapons. I don't know what they could do with it. I'm not a game designer, obviously, but I think the boy could receive some love. He had a decent amount of competitive success with his Swift Swim ability. So basically, when Pelipper's good, he's got a niche. And that rock typing, some rock slide flinches would be very good. I'd like to see Kabutops get a Mega. My pick for Generation 2 is probably the least likely on this list to happen, but that's Wobbuffet. He already has 190 base HP, and every Pokemon gets 100 extra stat points when they Mega Evolve. I would put every single one of those stat points into his HP, make him a 290 point monster. Just the most unkillable thing you've ever seen. Like I said, it's not likely to happen, but I think it would be absolutely hilarious if Wobbuffet got an evolution. My pick for Generation 3 is Flygon, and I think everyone would pick this. If they had a lineup of Pokemon and they wanted to get Megas, I think Flygon is at the top of the list. Flygon was outshined since Generation 4 when Garchomp was introduced because they have the same typing. Garchomp does everything Flygon does, but better. The good thing for Flygon is Garchomp's Mega is rather trash. So if Flygon got a decent Mega, let's say he just gets a bit to his speed and a bit to his attack stat, making maybe 135 apiece, he'd be very good. I'd like to see Mega Flygon. My pick for Generation 4 is a rather niche pick. I would pick Hippowdon. Now, it'd be nice to have Mega Hippowdon simply because there's only one good, sand setter, and that's Tyranitar, and it'd be nice to see him get some competition. If you know anything about competitive Pokemon, Tyranitar has been good since forever, ever since they've had doubles as a format. So I guess Generation 3, Tyranitar has been just very good, and it'd be nice to see Hippowdon get some love. He's on the screen right now on accident, but I would love to see a Mega Hippowdon. At least we know he's in the game, right? My pick for Generation 5 is my all-time favorite Pokemon, and that's Haxorus. He's just plagued by that 97 base speed. He's almost fast enough to make a difference, and he already hits like a truck. You've got 100 points to play, stat points to play with, and I would put some of it in speed. It doesn't really need any more attack. A base 147 is really good, and I think Haxorus has the best shiny of all. That black and red on his axe face is just really good. I also think he could gain the steel typing. I mean, he has an axe for a head, and that screams dragon steel. Give him a little bit of speed, and he's off to the races. He's really strong. He just drives his head through a wall. Really strong Pokemon. My Generation 6 pick will probably get me canceled. So we already have Mega Rayquaza, Mega Mewtwo X and Y, and we've also got Primal Kyogre and Groudon, which function as Megas. Why not add another just broken Pokemon to the Mega list? And my pick for Generation 6 is Mega Xerneas. Now, if you know anything about competitive Pokemon at all, you know Xerneas is already broken without a Mega. Just go ahead and... I love causing chaos, and everyone would just be mad as hell. Imagine they changed nothing except gave it some more stats like a Mega would go crazy. I doubt it will happen. It's probably less likely than Wobbuffet, but if it did happen, I don't think I'd be happy, but I think it would be very funny. And, you know, I live for chaos. So that's my pick for Generation 6. We'd have to get Mega Yveltal as well, which I don't hate. I don't think anyone hates Yveltal, but Mega Xerneas would just break the game wide open, and I'm here for it. So Generation 7 wasn't my favorite, like, in terms of the roster. There's some cool Pokemon, but my pick to receive a Mega Evolution is Dhelmise, the anchor Pokemon. I don't think it's likely. There's not a big, like, following of Dhelmise fans, but in my creative brain, I decided, you know what, let's turn Dhelmise into the Flying Dutchman. Imagine he just turns into a, you know, pirate ship. It'd be really cool to see him get a Mega Evolution. Grass Ghost is like okay typing. We've seen a couple of Grass Ghost Pokemon, but I think that would be just really cool to get a flying pirate ship. Half of the pseudo legendaries are already Mega Pokemon, so why not just add one more? My pick for Generation 8 is Dragapult. I really like the Ghost Dragon typing, and I think it's pulled off beautifully in Dragapult. I like that Dragapult shoots little Dreepies out of his little head cannons. I think that's really funny. And I think just overall it's a really cool design. He's really fast and already hits decently hard. A Mega Evolution might make him OP, and that's fine with me. I like having overpowered Pokemon in the game. I'm tired of seeing just weak Pokemon just break if everything's broken, the game is balanced, basically. So I'd like to see Mega Dragapult, and that's my pick for Generation 8. I don't know if Generation 9 will receive Mega Pokemon. Like back in Generation 6, the Generation 6 Pokemon didn't receive any love. Generation 5 barely got any love. It was just Arduino, so I don't know if Generation 9 will get a pick, but if I had to pick one, I would pick Tinkaton in a heartbeat. So Tinkaton has base 75 attack, and that's just awful. So in case you didn't know, Tinkaton has a signature move called Gigaton Hammer, and it does base 150, I think 160 damage. It's a steel type. It's very strong, but it's coming off of Tinkaton's paltry 75 base attack. Now imagine if it was rectified with a Mega Evolution. Tinkaton would go crazy. I would personally love to see Tinkaton just get another hammer and just spin around like a top. Something ridiculous. I would love to see that myself. My pick for Generation 9 is Tinkaton. Legends Z-A has potential to be the best Pokemon game since Pokemon Emerald, in my opinion. The gimmick is there, the graphics are there, the new console is there. I hope they knock it out of the park. Game Freak, my expectations from Game Freak are up here. I personally bought the Switch 2 just to play this game. I don't have a Switch 1. I didn't play Scarlet and Violet. I'm really looking forward to playing this game. I also like the progression system, starting from Z going all the way to A. I like how that feels. So in my opinion, this could be just the best Pokemon game ever, and my expectations are at an all-time high. And yeah, that's pretty much it, what I've got to say about the game. I hope it's really fun. I just started getting into competitive Pokemon, and this game has to last us until Pokemon Champions comes out next year sometime. And I think it'll be a really great game.